Russia is no longer sending tanks into battle the way it did in 2022. What's now appearing on the Ukrainian frontline looks different, stranger, almost improvised and industrial at the same time. Fresh deliveries of upgraded T-90M Proryv, T-80BVM, and T-72BVM tanks are now arriving with factory-installed anti-drone armor systems designed specifically to survive the deadliest threat of the modern battlefield, FPV drones. These are not the crude cope cages mocked during the early years of the war. They are integrated battlefield survival packages built from 4 years of brutal combat lessons. And Russia may have had no choice. Because since 2022, FPV drones have transformed the battlefield into a graveyard for armored vehicles. A $500 drone can now destroy a multi-million-dollar tank, and that single reality is reshaping armored warfare forever. The war in Ukraine has exposed one devastating weakness shared by almost every Soviet-designed tank platform: vulnerability from above. For decades, Russian armor doctrine focused heavily on frontal protection. Tanks like the T-72 and T-80 were built to survive direct engagements against NATO armor across open terrain. But FPV drones changed the geometry of war. Instead of attacking from the front, drones dive directly onto weak rooftop armor, engine compartments, turret rings, and ammunition storage areas. And unlike anti-tank missiles, FPV drones are cheap, disposable, and available in massive numbers. Ukraine's drone operators now hunt tanks like predators. Some units reportedly deploy dozens of FPVs in coordinated swarm attacks, overwhelming crews before they can even react. And older Russian tanks were never designed for this kind of threat environment. Slow reverse speeds became a deadly weakness. Many T-72 variants can only reverse at around 4 to 5 km per hour, making retreat almost impossible once spotted by drones. Crews often had only seconds to respond. That forced Russia into rapid adaptation. At first, Russian troops welded improvised metal cages onto tanks in the field. The internet mocked them relentlessly. But over time, those crude battlefield improvisations evolved into something much more serious. Now, Russia's defense industry is mass-producing anti-drone systems directly from the factory. And the centerpiece of these upgrades is something called the Romashka system. Nicknamed the Daisy, the Romashka cage is designed as a circular cable frame structure mounted around the turret. Unlike earlier cages that blocked optics and restricted turret movement, this design allows full rotation while creating standoff distance against incoming FPV drones. The idea is brutally simple: force the drone's shaped charge warhead to detonate before it reaches the actual armor. Russian sources claim the system can survive repeated drone strikes and withstand up to 10 or even 15 direct FPV impacts before becoming ineffective. Some FPV drones explode against the outer cage while the tank continues moving. Others get tangled before impact. But Romashka is only one part of a much larger survival package. Another new addition is the Yozh canopy system, translated roughly as hedgehog. And honestly, it looks exactly like something from a post-apocalyptic war machine. Thousands of hanging metal cables drape around the upper structure of the tank like steel vines. The purpose is not armor in the traditional sense. It is entanglement. FPV drones approaching at high speed can get caught in the dangling cables before reaching the hull or turret roof. Even if detonation occurs, the explosion happens farther away from critical systems. It's ugly, it's unconventional, but modern warfare is no longer about aesthetics. It's about survival. Electronic warfare systems are also becoming standard on these upgraded tanks. Vulnerous jamming antennas mounted near the front of the vehicle attempt to disrupt drone control signals before operators can guide FPVs into vulnerable strike zones. Russian claims suggest these systems can interfere with many commercial drone frequencies at ranges up to 2 kilometers. Rubber shielding and additional rear protection are also appearing around engine compartments to reduce damage from fragmentation and drone-dropped explosives. Combined with relict explosive reactive armor and optional Arena M active protection systems, Russian tanks are slowly evolving into layered anti-drone fortresses. But even these upgrades reveal something important. Russia is adapting, not dominating. Because despite all the new armor, the battlefield reality remains extremely dangerous for armored units. Ukraine's drone production has exploded. Millions of FPV drones are now being manufactured yearly, creating a level of battlefield saturation never seen in modern warfare. Even advanced defenses can eventually be overwhelmed by sheer numbers. One drone misses, another strikes the engine, a third hits the optics, a fourth waits for the crew to escape. This is attritional warfare at industrial scale, and tanks are no longer the untouchable kings of the battlefield. They are becoming heavily armed survival platforms constantly fighting for relevance against cheap autonomous threats. Even Russia's newest upgrades cannot fully solve long-standing structural weaknesses. Situational awareness remains limited compared to Western tanks. Thermal imaging and crew visibility still lag behind systems used on modern NATO platforms like the Abrams or Leopard 2. Reverse speed limitations continue to create tactical problems during drone ambushes, and FPV technology itself is evolving rapidly. Ukraine is already experimenting with AI-assisted targeting systems, where operators only need to confirm the target before autonomous guidance takes over. Loitering munitions are becoming smarter, faster, and harder to jam. The battlefield adaptation cycle is accelerating almost monthly. Still, Russia's strategy is clear. Rather than relying on expensive next-generation platforms like the T-14 Armata, Moscow is focusing on upgrading proven Soviet-era designs that can be produced quickly and in large numbers. That matters in a war driven by attrition. Russia reportedly continues generating thousands of refurbished or modernized tanks annually using massive Soviet stockpiles and wartime industrial expansion. The goal is not perfection. The goal is sustainability. Keep armored formations alive long enough to maintain pressure across the front line. And in many ways, these anti-drone upgrades represent a larger shift happening across global militaries. NATO is watching carefully. Western armies are now rushing to develop their own anti-drone armor packages, electronic warfare systems, and active protection solutions. Even advanced tanks designed for conventional warfare are suddenly vulnerable in a world dominated by cheap FPV drones. The Ukraine war may ultimately become the conflict that permanently changes armored warfare doctrine for the next generation. Because the future battlefield is no longer tank versus tank, it is tank versus swarm, steel versus algorithms, industrial armor versus mass-produced autonomous weapons. And that raises the biggest question of all: can heavy armor still dominate the battlefield in the drone age? Or are we witnessing the slow end of the tank's supremacy? For now, Russia's upgraded T-90Ms, T-80BVMs, and T-72BVMs are buying time. They are making drone kills harder, they are improving crew survivability, and they are helping Russian armored forces remain operational under relentless aerial threat. But survivability is not victory, because in modern warfare, adaptation never stops. The side that evolves faster survives longer, and the side that innovates faster may ultimately win the war.